guys, it looks as though Bullhorn Betty has absolutely caught, blocked, and stopped the insulation of my toilet. As you know, a little bit ago, I did a live stream and I stated that I was expecting, okay, my best friend, right, Bullhorn Betty's ex, to come over and install the toilet because I had him come over and do a free estimate. He actually stated that he doesn't usually do jobs down here, but because he had another job about 15, 20 minutes away from me, he wanted to coordinate them in the same time frame, right? Which was 2 weeks from when I did the live to install a toilet. Now, also, I not only had just a toilet for him to install, I also had some plumbing work for him to do. I have at least a lot of things for him to do because, to be honest with you, the man is very affordable. Now, since that live stream aired, he has not picked the phone up, right? The last that we talked, he was supposed to come back in 2 weeks. Noel has texted the man multiple times, not even response. Now, what could have happened? Of course, Bullhorn Betty saw the live and she cock blocked. So this is I don't know what to think about this, right? First thing I want to say is like, did I ruin it? Should I have done that live? Should I have done that live and did I ruin it? Did I spill all the beans by doing that live? Well, it depends the way that you look at it. Look, people, he only charges $85 per hour. Okay, he's affordable, right? And my beef is not with the guy. Of course, we're gonna spill the tea when he's over here working, and it wasn't my full intention to take the man out and have some beers and to get his dick wet to forget about Bullhorn Betty. But she could not have. She couldn't have standed that, right? She did not like that. Now I have no proof. Okay, I have to be honest here. I have zero proof that this is what happened. But all I can do is report to you is this: I had the man here. He was gonna come back in 2 weeks to install my toilet. We haven't heard Bullhorn Betty talk about her ex in a very long time. But all of a sudden, after I do that live stream, let's roll the clip.
I'm sorry yesterday we didn't get a chance to do the show on Sebastian at 3:30. Something happened. I'll tell you. I don't know. God bless my ex-husband. Okay, God bless him. You guys know that I still like we're friends. We were best of friends before our divorce. We're going to continue to be. We're not like best of friends. We don't talk to each other, but maybe once or twice a year just to check. Like he came over to check on property when I was out of town, and the hurricanes hit. But he did terrible work. Everything he's done around here, I had to redo. And so I was walking out the door yesterday, and I guess the threshold had just had it. The water that came up under the threshold for the hurricanes. It just. So I opened the door, and the freaking threshold basically just falls off. Just falls off. And so I had to go and change out a threshold. Well, the new threshold shows that, it's a tight seal, but I don't like it because it rubs too much. I have to yank on it too much to open it. It's a nice seal. And so I have to adjust the hinges ever so slightly just to lift the bottom corner up ever so slightly. So it's still sealed, but it's not dragging. And that's become a bigger undertaking than I had anticipated. And so last night, even at 10 a.m., I'm still messing with my stupid front door. Okay, the threshold's in, but it ain't opening the way I wanted to open. It opens about the same as it did before the threshold fell apart. Okay, and I didn't like it because the threshold was lifting. I didn't realize my husband never even put the blessed threshold in the concrete. He literally put the screws into the wood flooring. What? So I had to go get a masonry bit. I had to get the tools to do the damn job right. I did. That bitch ain't going nowhere. Okay. And it is a nice tight seal, but I am lifting up the door. So the neighbor's gonna be over here sometime today to hold the handle while I shimmy the hinges and get the hinges, and then we're gonna have a nice slide door. Why? Because I was the true handyman in our handyman business. That's why I quit my job. I couldn't consume too many complaints.
That clip coming to us from the one and only Shay B, the Volt over there on X. Give her a follow. But as you can see, Betty bringing up her ex in a live stream. When's the last time we heard about this guy, right? It's just very awkward that after my live stream, she starts talking about him, this and that. She's talking about hurricanes. What are you talking about? There's been no hurricanes in Florida. Anyway, so, I'm left to all we can do is speculate. And obviously, if you can put two and two together, she cock blocked. There's no way she wanted that guy over here installing my toilet. Now, this is a shame. So 2 ways to look at this. Did I ruin a good thing? Maybe so. That's the price you have to pay, I guess, when you're planning something behind the scenes and you really want to tell your subs. I mean, look, this Bullhorn Betty thing has been going on for years with me and her. So I want to tell you guys, and I don't know, I genuinely was going to pay this man. Like this is, I genuinely was going to pay this man. I had more work than just a toilet for him to install. Now, I don't know what to think about it. I guess we could take away from this that Bullhorn Betty is such an egomaniac and such a conceited asshole that she was willing to cock block so hard. She's literally taking money out of her ex husband's wallet. Now, I'm not rich, y'all. I'm not rich, but I at least had about, I don't know, $1,000, 1,200, you know, sporadically with different jobs and projects. I could have paid him to, I mean, $85 an hour is a reasonable price. I wasn't willing to pay that for him when he came back in 2 weeks. I don't have that money offhand, but yeah, I'm sure, I've had a lot of things he could have done. And I genuinely mean that. Now, it's just very interesting, and I'm very disappointed that this happened, but it should, if we could learn anything from this, it shows you how Betty watches the channel over here, and she was deathly afraid of having this man come over, especially when I started giving stipulations and saying, I'll call Clue, I'll call Jay, I'll call SF, I'll call Chris, I'll call Don. This would be her worst nightmare. So there's a lot to take away from this. It goes to show a lot of her character. Now, I've been busy and stuff. I'll be going live Saturday morning, guys, so please join me. But I will do this on this video and towards the end of this video. What I will do is throw in the clips of when the man came over here. I'm going to strictly edit them because in the very fluke accident that I'm getting all this wrong and he's just been busy and she hasn't cock blocked and he still may answer a text, I'm still willing to have him come over. But so I'm going to keep everything private, but just for receipt reasons and whatever have you, I'll go ahead and throw the edited receipts of the visit on the free estimate at the end of this video. So tell me how you think about it. Please leave it in the comments. What does this make Betty? She took money out of this guy's wallet, right? What do you think? Would you do that to your ex? For people who hate their ex, well, even if you hate your ex husband or ex boyfriend, I could probably understand that. But I don't think that you hate them to the extent that she does. It's very weird because in this clip I just played, she says that she was over there, ha ha ha. It's just like, it's very tripolar. She's strangling him and domestic violencing him 9,000 times. And then on the other hand, ha 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 ha, the threshold. Talk about if men, red alert if you see this. This is very important for any man out there. If you see something like that, run and never look back. But for anybody who leave in the comments. Would you do this to your ex? Would you take money out of his pocket? Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. I really wanted the shit. And I don't, people said the guy's slow and stuff. Look, I was willing to shit sideways just to say that every time I take a shit, I would be thinking of Betty. She couldn't stand to have that thought. And yes, I may have flunked it. And yes, I may have jumped the gun. I understand that. But I have to keep it real. We have to keep it factual. And we have to report what's happening. But leave in the comments. And anyhow, here's a few clips that I'll edit out because we're going to hold a little bit of faith that maybe he'll answer the text message. But as of right now, today, what I can report is it does in fact look like Betty has absolutely cock blocked the installation of my new toilet from her handyman ex-husband because she couldn't stand White Boy or our little community over here. Now, you guys put it together. Give me your thoughts in the comments, but we'll give you some edited receipts here to go out with this. And hopefully, if you see this, dude, man, I have a lot of work for you. That lady does not own you. Don't let her dictate your life and tell you as a man what you can't do. Come on, bro. We had Betty gave us she was the one who kind of requested you. You know, so we.
Who was it?
Betty.
Betty?
Yeah. So yeah, it was Andra. I forget. It was while I met her a while back.
All right, man. I'll let her know.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Just text her and we'll have it on for next time. Sorry about that. We were sleeping, like I said.
Yeah, that's okay.
All right.
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah.
Awesome. Have a great day.
You too, man. So actually, I demand my toilet be installed, and a text message responded because there's that thing called leverage, where I can also post and unedit the clips and feed the internet what was said. This is you on notice. 1 week to respond to a text. I have a motherfucking toilet that must get installed, and I will not be ignored. Leverage. What's up, guys? Hope you enjoyed the video. Do me a favor, hit that like, subscribe to my clip channel at WHITEBOYRADIO Clips, and in the description box is the link to be a member. Become a member if you can. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Stay safe, stay smart. Peace.